This is Svein on the SRS channel back again, and today we're gonna have a look at this 1/12 scale Mortal Kombat Kano figure from Storm Collectibles. And as you can see, here is the box, and it's pretty much like all the other boxes. Logo on front, name on front, company brand right up in front there. Got the image of Kano there covering the corner, and picture of the figure on the side here, and logo on the top, and here is the promo pictures or product pictures. Big one of Kano there. Some pictures of the accessories, and you have a bio there if you want to read it. Just put the video on pause and read it on your own time. And that's it for the box. And inside the box you find your typical clamshell, and you can also take out the backdrop piece as usual, and you can use it for a backdrop for your photos or something. I don't know, but there it is. And this is how everything comes packaged in the box. And I'll take everything out of this clamshell and I'll be right back. And here are all the pieces that's in the box, and it's enough for the figure, I would say. You get 3 extra head sculpts, as you can see here, and got a couple of weapons variations. You got some sort of effect there, and a blood effect, as well as the laser beam for Kano's laser eye or cybernetic eye. You also get a bunch of hands. You get a pair of this karate chop hands, or whatever you want to call them. You get a pair of grasping hands, or grabbing hands most likely, I'm not sure, but like a sort of a grasping hand there. You get a pair of relaxed hands. All these hands are nicely sculpted and painted. I also get this holding hand for the heart that comes with the figure. We're gonna get back to this one, but you get left and right, and you get a pair of knife holding hands. We'll get back to these two. The hands are quite soft, so they're easy to put accessories into. And moving over to the head sculpt, you have, it's basically 3 different face expressions you get. You get a stoic neutral head on the figure, then you get a head sculpt with a grin, and one with a yelling face, but you get 2 of these, and this one has a hole for the laser beam effect, and you just plug it in, and there you have it. The laser beam effect is a transparent red piece with like a sculpted flare effect on the end that goes into the eye. So there you have that. And the head sculpt is really good. Very good likeness to the actor who modeled for Kano in the game. Got a nice silver on the cybernetic eye there. There's a deep cavity for the mouth that goes far in there. You can see the tongue and teeth. And it's not just a line of white either. Each tooth is sculpted in there. So really nicely done. And yeah. So that's the head sculpt for the laser beam effect. Here is his grinning face. Nice silver on the cybernetic eye there again, and red for the eye itself. Nicely done. Then you have the screaming head sculpt. Same paint application, just a different face expression. And you get a pair of these knives. It's Kano's big knives, and this is like a effect piece for the blade trail as it spins around. But yeah, done in black, transparent blue, and some silver on the end there. The knife is 2 separate pieces, I think. Or maybe it's just one transparent blue and it's painted black with silver, but I can almost see a seam line down next to the blade effect piece there, so it might be 2 different parts for this knife, but it doesn't mean that it comes apart though. But yeah, that's that. And you get this effect piece, like a energy blast or something, for when the knives hit the opponent, and you basically, oh, it fell up. You basically just hook it onto the another figure, and you have this blast effect thing going on. And then you have this blood splatter piece, and I think you're supposed to use one of the grabbing hands, and let's see if I can do it. You're just supposed to find a sweet spot in there where you can place as many fingers as possible, and it should kind of friction in there. I got it working last night. You can tell there's a little bit more or less like a rounded hole right above my finger there, and I think it's supposed to be for the thumb or something. And then the other fingers are just supposed to flex in between the blood splatters. More or less like so. And that's to simulate that Kano is ripping the heart out of his opponent's chest. Or you could even use it for the heart. You just need to find a place for it to friction in. If I can do it. I'm doing it off camera because the pieces are so small, but it should be possible to friction the heart into the hand here. It's just a little bit difficult to get it in there, but it should be. Oh man. It should go in something like this, but the hand is a little bit too open, but you can friction it in. There you go. There's these two channels out of the heart there, which you can friction his pointing finger in, and it will hold the heart in there with a sort of little bit of friction. And yeah, I think that was all the accessories but two, and those are already on the figure. And there's these knives that you can pull out on both sides, painted silver, black, and this is a big knife. And you can just slip the knife in there, and there you have it. You holds the knife really good, and it's the same with effect knives there too. So there you have that. So now let's have a look at the figure. So I'll just get all the accessories out of the way and I'll be right back. And here is Kano. Nice looking figure here with a red and black costume with some silver and gray in there. And yeah, taking a closer look at the head sculpt here. It's a stoic face, painted and sculpted the same way as the others. Just a stoic expression there. See the shirt here, or the whatever you call this tunic piece there. This belt is a floating piece, soft. You can remove it if you want. Same with the arm guards here. There are floating pieces that you can move around if need be. Nicely sculpted and painted. And it comes with closed fists straight out of the box there. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother too much with the articulation, on this figure, because it's a bit cold in my review room right now, and the figure is actually a bit cold too, so I don't want to crack anything. But it's the same engineering as with all the other figures. You got rotations in the shoulder, the butterfly joint. You get, if I could turn around the gauntlet here a little bit, it's frozen shut to my figure here. Maybe I can get it moving a little bit. Yeah, but if you move the gauntlet out of the way from the joint there, you can probably get a little bit more articulation out of the hand. But at least you get about 90 degrees here. And as always, the wrists are on ball hinges, so depending on which way you turn the ball hinge. You get the up, down, and side to side movements. The upper torso piece is a rubber piece there, so you get some articulation in the neck, side to side there, up and down, and all that. And there's a ball joint in the upper chest. There's a seam line here, as you can see. There's a ball joint in the waist, giving you all the motion there. As I said, I don't want to break my figure though, but there's a pretty good split right there, and some squeaky joints. Legs can move as far forward as the belt and rubber outfit can allow there. It will go further than this too, but I'm not gonna push it. You get about this much bend in the knee. There should be a rotation in the hip joint. In there, not much, but it's there. Feet can move down. They can move not much up, but you got there is a toe joint, and it's yeah, get you about this much. Really stiff on this cold figure, but yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day on the articulation, as is with this particular one. It's winter here in my country now, and it was cold as hell when I woke up. So yeah, that was the articulation on the figure. And it's not terrible on these Storm Collectibles figures, but it's not fantastic either. You have double joints in the elbows, and you still can't get more than 90 degrees of bend. Same with the knees. You got a double joint, but you don't get the full bend. And it's just how it is, but it's enough to get a decent pose and keep it on your shelf. But you're not gonna get any fantastic motions if you're using these figures for, let's say, stop motion animation. You're not gonna get any fantastic motions, to put it that way. It will look good for some, but they're not made for that kind of stuff. So yeah, and that was basically it for this figure. And yeah, as I said, they're not they are awesome figures. They look really, really nice, just like in the video game. But as with all of these Mortal Kombat figures, they have a double joint in the elbow and the knees, but you don't get the articulation of a double jointed joint, to put it that way. In most of the cases here, Like you can see 90 degrees of bend in a double jointed elbow. They could have gotten away with a single joint and it wouldn't have looked as bad. Like, I mean, this is what you're looking at from the front on the elbow there, and this is what you're looking at, if I can get the camera to get it. This is what you're looking at on the back of the knees. So what's the point of the engineering for a double joint if you're not gonna get the articulation of a double joint out of it in the first place? So that's a bit of a bummer though, but overall I really love this Mortal Kombat figures from Storm Collectibles. They're not, it doesn't say 1/12 scale anywhere on the packaging, but the store I'm buying them from and certain other stores advertise them as 1/12 scale figures, but they're really more like 1/10 scale. But as long as all the figures in the same line scales well with each other, I don't care if this figure doesn't scale with another 1/12 scale figure from another toy line. So yeah, and I'm happy to have this figure in my collection. I'm hoping that Storm will make the rest of them. There's a lot of figures in this Mortal Kombat franchise, and I'm hoping for at least one full game roster of some sort. That would be really awesome. But yeah, other than that, that was my review on this figure. What you see here is what you get in the packaging, and it's quite a few pieces, and you got the knives that you can take out of the holsters on his legs there. So yeah, so I'm really loving these figures so far. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, go nuts in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.